Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install or run a Windows Server 2025 using AWS EC2. So for those of you who are not familiar with AWS, AWS is a cloud service provider. So what they do is they rent out a platform for you to create a Windows Server, a Kali Linux, and many other virtual machines. And we need to understand that it's not free. For you to access this page I am right now, you need to have an account with AWS. So the good part with AWS is that if you're just exploring, if you're not sure whether to pay for their service, AWS is going to give you a 5-month free plan where you can explore the free services. And after the 5-month free plan, if it's something you want to pay for, if their service is worth paying for, you can go ahead and pay for it. But I am accessing this platform today because of a school called BYU-Pathway Worldwide. BYU-Pathway Worldwide is an online university and it has its center in the United States. And the good part I like about this is that for those of you who are interested in obtaining a degree in information technology, BYU Pathway Worldwide can make that dream come true. And it's very affordable. If you're interested in obtaining a degree in information technology, I'm talking about obtaining a quality education at a very low cost, then check my description to get the link to BYU Pathway Worldwide website. Now, let's get into the business of the day. As you can see the page right here, this is AWS. So I need EC2. Oh, I recently visited it, so this is it. In case you don't have it here, you just need to search EC2 over here to access it. So this is EC2. Okay. Now, whenever I am working on something like this, the first thing I used to think about is where do I want my location to be? Where do I want the location of my AWS account to be? Do I want it to be in the United States? Do I want it to be in some other country? Okay. So this is where you can check your location. So you can see United States. I might want to change it to Ohio or California, but I just want it to be like that. So these are other countries, these are other continents you can change it to, but I just like it to be in United States. So you can change your own if you want to. Now, on the left side here, you're going to click on instance. This is where we are going to create a new instance. Okay. Like I said, we want to run a Windows Server 2025. But for us to do that, we need to create an instance. An instance is going to give us the opportunity for us to create a Windows Server. That's a remote desktop. Okay, a remote desktop Windows Server. Okay, so I'm going to create launch an instance. So you need to give it a name. I just prefer giving it something like this, 235. This is where you're going to select the operating system. We have Amazon Linux, we have Mac OS, we have Ubuntu, we have Windows and Red Hat and the rest of it. So since we want to install a Windows Server 2025, obviously it's a Windows operating system, Microsoft. So I'm going to select this one. So you leave it like this. This is Microsoft Windows Server 2025 base, a free tier eligible. Leave it like this. We scroll down. The instance type. This is very important. Okay. Do not select T2.micro. There are other options here. There are so many options, but we just need to leave it like this. This is very important because we are using something that needs the compatible instance type, and T3.micro is the best. I would just say for two reasons. One, we have two virtual CPU and we have 1 gig memory. So leave it like that. Okay, scroll down to where you have the key pair. So here you are going to create a new key pair. This key pair is a security feature in AWS. It's going to allow you to create a public key and a private key. So I'm going to click create a new key pair. I'm going to name it something like this. RSA. I love this feature so much. So this is a secure encryption feature. It just ensures that your password is safe. I think it has to do with a public key and a private key. It just ensures that everything is encrypted. So whenever you're typing your password, it's not leaked somewhere. So you can leave it like this. I think AWS already selected that. You leave it the way it is. Do not select the PPK. This is different. So leave it the way it is. Click create key pair. Now take note of this. It's going to automatically download a key pair file. I hope you know where your files are located because you're going to need that particular file later. This is just a summary of what we've done so far. We've created one instance. We've given it a virtual server type T3.micro, and we have a 30 gig storage size. Is very, very important. You leave it like that. So let's do some other security settings. This was already checked by AWS. Allow RDP traffic from. If you select my IP, anytime you want to log into this AWS account, you need to be using the same Wi-Fi. For instance, if you selected this option, my IP, and that's your home Wi-Fi, anytime you want to access AWS or anything like the Windows server, you need to use your home Wi-Fi. So it is very important for you to leave it at anywhere, so that even if you are at school, you can use your school Wi-Fi. Even if you're at work, you can use your work Wi-Fi. Just leave it at anywhere. However, it's sometimes not safe, but just leave it like this for flexibility. For those of you who are not familiar with what RDP means, RDP means Remote Desktop Protocol. This is a protocol that is going to allow us to access the Windows server remotely. Take note, we want to install a Windows server, a remote Windows server. So for us to access that Windows server remotely, we need to use the right protocol, and RDP is that protocol. So this is the storage size 30. That's okay. I think everything is good. So let's just click launch instance. Okay, we have successfully created our instance. So let's go to where we can access it. Click here, take us to the main page. As you can see, the instance state is running. Okay, so we need to go ahead to connect our Windows server. Remember, the purpose for this AWS account is to run a Windows Server 2025. So we've done all the necessary thing that we are supposed to do. Now we need to connect the remote Windows server. So I have checked the box here, because without you to check the box, you can't get this option to connect. Take a look at this. This is how it was before, after I finished creating the instance. So you need to check the box for you to have this connect option enabled. So I'm going to click connect. What we want is RDP. We're going to select RDP client. This is where we are going to download the remote desktop file. Remember, you are going to need this. So make sure that wherever you're saving it, you can locate it. So click download. It's downloading. Remember, a KeyPair file was downloaded earlier, and I said that I'm going to use it later to get a password. So this is the time I'm going to upload that KeyPair file. So I'm going to click on get password, and I'm going to upload that private key file here. Decrypt it, and now I have my password. I'm going to copy this password because I'll be using it to open my Windows server. The password copied. Remember, we got a remote desktop file earlier, so you need to open that file. That is the main Windows server. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to enter the password. Take notes, this is the password I just decrypted using the KeyPair file. So I'm going to continue. Continue. That's more like a security warning from MacBook M4 2025. Okay, now the Windows server is all set up and ready to use. So I'm going to quickly confirm the name of this Windows server just to be sure that my name is there. So I'm going to click the File Explorer. I'm going to right click this PC, open Properties. It might not be fast as your computer because this is a remote desktop, so things might not be fast. So this is the name of my computer, more 235. So it is very easy to set up a Windows server, and the good part about AWS virtualization is that it saves cost compared to you having in-premises tools, to run all of this. you can just go to AWS and rent their services. It is very secure because everything is just managed by AWS. If you have a small business and you want to host a website, or you just want to host something that will help your customers, AWS can actually make that possible for you. And you don't need to worry about having all those servers located at your business center. You can just come here and rent a server and use it to do whatever thing you want to. It saves cost for your business. Thanks for watching.